much. Just been scouring the internet for the past 30 minutes trying to figure out how to get this damn orange square off of my name. And it seems like Twitter has the dumbest setup ever. So apparently, if you join an affiliation, you or a company, the company sends you an invite and you accept it. They at no means can remove it. Twitter themselves, they cannot remove the affiliation.
No way.
The only thing you can do is two things, or really three things. Option number one, you can join another affiliation, and that will take the place of the affiliation badge. Option number two, the corporation uh the corporation removes your affiliate badge from your account. So the corporation removes you. So then you would then lose the badge. Option number three, the corporation stops paying for the affiliation badge for the next month, or the corporation itself doesn't pay for their monthly license, whatever, how much it costs. They don't pay for it, then everyone in the corporation loses the badge. That is basically what Twitter has basically told me. So yeah, if anybody knows any affiliations that could just send me an invite and I can accept it, and then they can just kick me off so I can get this dang orange square off, I would really appreciate that, because this is some BS, especially when now Ben.eth like literally posting the N-word and nothing else. I keep getting hit up by people like, yo, man, you support this? I'm like, dude, I put this thing on day one, like 20 minutes after it was available. And ever since I pressed that button, I've just regretted it every day because it was just for a flip. And I did make some money off the flip, but god dang, is it this hard to
Wait,
remove the Asian badge?
so
What's up?
you already sold the NFT?
Yeah, I've already sold the NFT. So here's the crazy thing. Whoever I sold the NFTs to, it's sitting in a wallet with 14 other orange badge. So this wallet bought 14 of them. Mine is one of the 14, and they're
Yeah.
just a wallet. He's not claiming them or anything. So that's the other way it could be removed, is if somebody claims the badge that's attached to my account, basically. So yeah, it's it's freaking sucks, man.
So it expires though. Like they probably, I'm sure once a month they have like a script that checks all the wallets that have verified with NFTs, and yours won't have an NFT in it anymore, and they'll remove your badge. It just hasn't been a month yet, right?
So I wish it worked like that. Um, Basically, it's a combination of Twitter's API and whatever Ben.eth, whatever they created, right? They made it simple for us to use, but how it works is Ben.eth, he pays for the subscription, and then this service or this platform they created just converts the subscription to and from different accounts, which basically mean he paid for the orange square, and so I can have it on one day, then compound, you can request, and then it switches over to you, and then it can switch over to Orderly, and then it can switch over to Tevi. You see what I mean? Like they paid for one subscription, but they made a way to where it can transfer to and from people. Only problem is if the other person doesn't want it to transfer to themselves, if they're just having it sit in a wallet, then you're just kind of fucked. So yeah, I know long-winded version of what I've been doing recently, but yeah, that's what I've been doing recently. And
So you're telling me that you're just stuck with it until the next guy claims it?
I'm stuck with it till the next guy claims it, or until Ben.eth, which I'm pretty sure he's not going to, does not pay for it.
Yeah.
Um, Their affiliation that's very kind adds me and then immediately kicks me the same day. Because that's what some people have been doing. They've been begging organizations to, hey, can you add me and then kick me off to get this orange badge off? And it's
Yeah.
worked. Because it will cost him $500,000 a month to pay for all these damn orange squares. And he said that he was only going to pay for it for the first couple of months, and then he was going to have the users to pay for the badges individually. But I don't think now that he's off his rockers and he showed his true colors and he's, saying the N word and all this other craziness, I don't think he's going to pay for anything else. So I'm hoping on July 7th that he just doesn't pay for it and it just drops off everybody's names. But we'll see.
Shit, I invited Jeremy up. Hold on. I don't know if he's got it. Um, bro, this is kind of wild. Why the hell? Why is he? Why would he get into some shit like this? 500K
I have
to
no.
to maintain it, like. So I understand when it was all hype and shit why you just jumped on it, try to make a flip, not knowing that you would be stuck with it. But now, bro, I was in this guy's space last night and he was drinking and like he should not have been hosting a space. I'm gonna be honest. And I've seen what he's putting on the timeline, so I do not blame you that you want to get that shit off your name.
Yeah,
Uh,
and like, man, it's really more. It is more embarrassing because I've had lots of black people in Twitter that's been like, hey, bro, like you fuck with this dude. I'm like, no, I do not, but. And I just explained the same thing I explained to you. I can't get it off, bro. Yeah. We'll know. We'll do better next time. Next time I won't be so eager to put something. I could have swore that it was just an easy, like, I was like, oh, if it's like changing your Twitter blue. You don't want Twitter blue. You don't want the check mark. You just cancel your subscription. The Twitter blue goes away. But no, the Twitter representative was like literally like, I am sorry, but because of our agreement and how the contract is with corporations, we have no ability to remove this check mark off of Twitter accounts. Only the corporation can. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man.
I know that you're just recently like diving full head into like the ETH side of NFTs, right? So something like this, like it takes a little bit of time here in the east side to know what is this something to pass up on. I saw that too, bro, and I was like, it could be a cool flip, but like the controversy around that guy and the founder, like he can only hold hype so long, and then things started to spiral. But um, shoot him a message, bro. Tag him and shit. Just, bro, you be surprised, bro. Tag him in a post and say, "Yo, Ben, remove my orange shit." You know what I mean?
No, he's actually replied to some people that have asked that, and he replied with, "You're a pussy." So that's what he says to people that ask. So yeah, it's not even worth the time. I think he would rather have 10,000 people forced to wear a badge for a month than he would want to remove it from people. He's all about grabbing people's attention. That's his whole play. But yeah, lessons learned. Sorry to hijack the stage. Yeah, it was very frustrating because I'm like, when I was reading this message, I'm like, so you're serious? I'm like, seriously looking at this dude's reply. I'm like, so you're serious? There's nothing you can do? I thought it was a joke. He's like, no, there's nothing I can do. Sorry, man. I'm like, dang. Okay. All right.
Shit, bro. I hope you get it figured out. No, you ain't hijacking the stage, dude. It was me and you up here, and we're talking about some fucking real shit that's going down in Web3 on Twitter. I think it's a good conversation. Um, it's something that's like happening, and he's switching up, and he's bringing out some untasteful things out of the timeline and in his spaces. So, I hope you get rid of that shit, dude. And if you need any help, if you post anything and need retweets or just need help trying to get rid of it, then I got you, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Dre Millie, what's good?
Yo, what's good? Taking my mom around LA. Just left the Rimowa store. Put some new shoes on my beach.
We got the Rimowa crew up here, bro. We got all these people with Rimowas. I think I saw 604 get one. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
man.
sure. Yeah, he put it. They all come up hot. Look, yo, you see this? All 4 of them come up with their Rimowas. They got that like energy in them. They're stoked.
We
I'm
out
too
here,
broke
man.
to own a Rimowa, but I'm really glad I've got 4 friends that have Rimowas. Like I feel good having rich friends. It makes I can live vicariously through y'all.
Yeah, it's like both of ours. Just stay in my house. But nah,
Right.
it's dope, man. It's super dope. Quality is crazy. I took it to the Remora store. They was hype about it. Oh, haven't seen one yet. I saw one on the docket, but I haven't seen one in real life. Picked out the color shoes. I wanted some red shoes on there, but they didn't look too good. My mom said it looked like a little kid's bag if I throw some red shoes on there. So got that
So wait,
out of there.
Gray Millie,
You said what?
you went to the store, like the actual remote store already?
Yeah. It's the remote store on Rodeo, and I just pulled up. Had the homie
You didn't wait.
change the feed out. It was a good day.
Yo, that green looks so fire. I just
Yeah,
showed it
man.
to my wife. I told him to do green, so I'm getting
Ah,
green too.
yeah, right.
Eh,
Yo,
It
Baron put
it
you on, Dre. Baron put
it
you
was
on.
it was
That's
just
no, he won't
literally.
ever say it.
I don't. You know what, Baron? I'll
He
let you have that one.
changed the shoes first. There's no doubt about it, dude. Guy's already got his shoes.
You know what I mean? I was gonna do the red, then I was gonna do the orange, and I was gonna do the yellow. But matching the blade was better than anything else.
And the
'Cause,
inside.
yeah, you want to be real about this conversation? I haven't even opened it up yet.
Bro, wait till you see the green on the inside. It literally, you have a perfect match on your hands.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Dre,
Emerald green wheels.
you're flexing so
Dude.
hard you had to change the wheels. That's amazing. I didn't even know that was an
Yeah,
Yep,
option, to be honest.
it
nah, they're
is.
crazy, man.
yo,
We
they
are all
get
changing our wheels.
what
I
kind
think
of
we're meant to
luggage
be
is
black.
this, bro? Yo, they got luggage customs. They roll it into the shop. They jack it up on a luggage jack.
Yeah,
Switching out fucking wheels.
The best part about it is they look heavy, Kyle. Like
They do,
you'd be
bro.
like, you'd be like, fuck, man, I'm not picking that thing up. And then you pick it up, and it's like real lightweight. So I'm stoked. I've never owned a piece of remote luggage. Like all the clasps and stuff, everything is like, like the spring and everything is like perfect. It like opens up, it closes. Like you can just
yeah,
tell the craftsmanship is
it's
way
crazy.
beyond
The
anything you've ever
way
met
it
with.
rolls, like it is so smooth and quiet.
Like smooth butter. It's on my coffee table right
It's
now
like,
because I was just
yeah,
taking
it's so
pictures.
quiet. Like my wife, like so I was rolling it right, and she's like, "That's really quiet." I'm like, "I know, right? This was worth it, right?" She's like, "Yeah, that's nice."
all
Ah,
right,
I'm
all
like,
right, honey. All right,
"Yay, let's go!"
all right, honey. I'll be right back. Going for a roll real quick. I'm gonna go test out the luggage. I'll be right back.
uh,
Tevy's going like a roll around the neighborhood.
man, I'm telling you, man. Like, listen, like for real, this is on point. Like I've never spent this kind of money on luggage, but I was like, you know what, Artifact, Rimowa, collab, piece of history. Do you have, now we know there's AR stuff, but real talk, like this is on point. Like everything feels like premium, even the little handle, like kind of has like the little spring loaded, so it kind of goes right back to like where it needs to be. When you pop the little openers or whatnot, they're like again on a spring loaded. Like it's, man, it is nice. Like Dre has the store over there in LA. I'm gonna have to like Amazon my stuff through Emoa, so I'm gonna have to wait. But yeah, I'm getting some wheels. I'm glad you already made that jump. I'm like, man, in wasting no time. But yeah, I'm definitely getting my wheels too.
Yeah.
The blue wheels were dope too, for real. It was either between the dark blue wheels, and the emerald green joints. With the blue, the green just looked better with the blade. I really thought I was gonna pop off the red, but it just didn't have that pizzazz I was looking for.
These wheels are not
I
cheap
don't.
either. I'm on the site right now.
Nah, it's like $200.
Yo, I got some rich ass friends up here,
Hey,
baby. We are
all you gotta
balling.
do is
It-
skip on your Starbucks or whatever it is that you like to do.
yeah.
Oh fuck!
You know?
Or your next
Do
pair
I
of
look like a?
shoes. That's
Yeah.
what it
Or
looked like to me.
exactly.
That's why I said some new shoes. It's some
It's
new shoes for
yeah. It's
real.
just like you're just not buying actual shoes. But like Ramoa sent me some shoes. Actually, let me post that at the top here. You
Do I look like a Starbucks guy? I'm offended, bro.
know.
Hey, did anyone else?
604. You
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, brother.
no, you had your hand up, and then we just kind of moved, like kept moving on. But
No,
I wanted to check on you, bro.
obviously I'm super excited to have gotten my remote in hand, but to be honest, the experience was a little odd because 99% of you guys got emails like 2 weeks ago, and some of us didn't get anything. And I didn't get an email from UPS. I didn't get anything at all, and then suddenly it just showed up on my front door. So I don't know. Did anyone else experience that?
I know other people that did. It's not on Artifact. It's on you. It's your
Yeah,
fault.
100%.
And it's just like, I've seen like 3 other people. So I have seen that. I don't know what the deal is, but Art and Ramo is like handling all this stuff. Like even like they're all of it's going through them. So blame them. Don't even bring it up in spaces about the fact you didn't get emails. You got your bags. We don't even need to talk about emails you didn't get. You know what I'm saying?
No,
You know
no,
what
no.
I'm saying?
Fud
And
that shit. No, I'm just playing.
yeah, don't.
Hit the
And
timeline, baby. We fudding today.
Thread it. Thread
dude,
it.
and then like you know, I I was laughing because one of the guys I got so fired up about that they didn't have their season drip. It went to the Europe address. I'm like, motherfucker, like you didn't check your other address in a different country, like So I'm not here for any FUD, man. This thing is so fire. If you didn't get an email, I'm sorry. And I know 604, you're just saying that, but like, I just it's unbelievable to me that like we even talk about one little bad thing. Like I didn't get an email. It's like who fucking
I
cares?
don't
You
think
know what
that's
I
where he
mean?
was
And
going
I'm
with it,
not
though,
saying this to
Baron.
you.
No,
I'm
I don't
not
think
saying
that's
this
where he
to
was
you.
going with it.
This
no, no,
isn't
no.
to you.
I
This
want to
this
defend it.
isn't to him. This was another guy that was going bonkers about how he hasn't gotten an email. I'm like, dude, who fucking cares, man? It's coming.
Uh,
You know what I mean? And if they lose it, they'll send you another one. Like it's just I everything there is so hard to get everything perfect, and we're never going to be there. Perfection is not a thing. Okay, it is not a thing. Progress, right, is, and you know, I guarantee next time you might get an email, but I can't guarantee you're going to get one. You know what I'm saying? So it's just 604. I love what you're doing out there. You just, it tripped a nerve with me because it is so hard. It's like you got people that don't want to be doxxed. You got people that want to be doxxed. You got the team that's trying to respect that. So, their request for that information probably wasn't perfect. Then you got the fact that Ramoa's handling it. So they might have required different information than we required, than DHL requires different information than Ramoa may have requested. It's just, it's not for me. It's like anything that relates to shipping, I can't even put that towards the
yeah,
team.
like I
But
wasn't trying to talk negatively about Artifact or anything. I think where I was trying to go with it, and again, I'm not trying to FUD this space or anything, but Artifact being a luxury brand, a luxury street brand, with that comes a certain level of expectations from, I guess, the customer base too, right? Like I think for a luxury experience, like a luxury purchasing experience, certain things should happen in a certain order. And I think, for myself, for one that didn't get an email and watching everyone, be so excited that things are coming in and they're getting updates. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I feel kind of alienated in this process a little bit, right? But, at the end of the day, I got my bag. I'm super happy. But I think I hope that the team, learns a little bit from this process as they start to continue to ship out physical items. updates and things like that. It's pretty important, and it kind of keeps people's mind at ease, right? Because I was definitely, just like watching out the windows. I'm sure Tevi was doing the same thing, peeking out the
Dude, you
window.
have no idea. You have no idea. I was working from home
Yeah, but
today.
you got
Oh,
emails, right,
What's that?
Tevy? You got emails.
Oh yeah, I get the email.
let
Yes, you guys are looking out the windows no matter
Yeah,
what.
100%. Like real talk. Like, I mean, I knew it was coming today because I get the email, I get the notification and everything. But it just so happened that I was working from home today, so I was literally by the window most of the day, looking out, waiting for my UPS person, which happened to be a guy. And obviously I know that the people in the Bat Take chat, I put up a couple of pictures of when the truck showed up, when the guy dropped it off. Man, it was a good feeling. It was a good feeling. That case, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
So here's my thing.
see.
Here's my thing is that I hear 604. Like I'm all about like I want customer service is like the thing that I seek the most because it's so hard to find. And so like when I find it, I'll keep going back to that place if I know that I'm gonna get good service. Ramoa did a sick event in Miami. Okay, they did a panel one day that all the anybody that wanted to go could come to. They did a dope party at Soho House, which I don't know who footed the bill, but they arranged it. They had other people there. It was like a co-event, and then they've done so much other stuff. They've done a lot of like social media posts regarding it. They've had great articles. I don't know as a holder that like and the shipping part like is shipping like DHL is shit in the US. They're not good with updates. UPS was real weird with their updates on this. I think that some of it's like, okay, if you step back and you say as a whole from day one, was Ramoa a good collab? I would say it was exceptional, an exceptional collab, a great holder experience. The mint was cool, the robots are cool, we don't know what they're doing. So yeah, Mike, I would tell you that I'd give it a 10 out of 10, arguably for the first time around, putting out something like this. But I do hear you. It's just next question to people like that is, okay, did you ask the team about where your email was at? Did they have a contact at Ramoa? Like, because I think I'm done just believing that people have gone to every effort to make sure that their stuff is organized and inputted properly, and it is the team's fault, not just user error. And I'm not, again, 604, have great respect for you. I'm not suggesting that you're putting out bad energy or FUD or anything, and it would be okay if you were. I'm just saying that on these little things that I keep seeing people bring up, I'm like, oh my god, just stop.
No, for sure. No, I
So
definitely went the full mile. I called Ramoa. I messaged, Cass, Hondro, and Felon, and those guys are great. And I also emailed the Artifact Forging email, and they did get back to me, but no one actually was able to provide a concrete answer. It was a couple of days, and then it just
they
showed
don't.
up. So I'm at
yeah,
the end
man,
of the
I,
day,
I
I'm happy.
feel
Yeah,
you.
because they don't have
604, I
like
feel
I
you.
literally
Because, listen, it's especially if you're not used to, like, paying this much money for stuff, like, you get antsy, especially when you start seeing people on the timeline posting that they're
100%.
getting
Hi,
theirs.
thanks, bro. You want?
What's that?
Oh, sorry, I had my mic off. I have one comment for 604, and then I want to get to buckets. We've been put away. I don't want to feel like 604. I don't want you to feel like I'm pushing it aside. But here's what I think: y'all paid so much fucking money to this for these things. You should have had a butler at the damn door giving you updates by the minute, bro. There should have been somebody on your phone in your text messages giving y'all updates by the minute. Letting you know where it is. That's my take, and it's extreme. I'm just fucking around. But I do think I do think
I
that
agree.
the email at the
Comp,
I
are you gonna
agree.
buy?
you
Are you
should
gonna
have a
buy one?
fucking
Comp.
there should have been a chauffeur at your
I mean, I
door
did
with
though.
that
That was my
Ramoa and
UPS guy.
wine, bro.
He was wearing
I'm talking.
gloves. I'm pretty sure he was when he dropped it off. And
Well, hold on.
yeah, this was
I'm talking wine and beer. You should have had a dinner ready for you, 604. That's what I would have done for you, bro. Uh,
Thank you. Well,
let's
I appreciate you giving me the time to rant. I'm going to step down. Thanks, man.
You
No,
don't
you
have to
can kick
step
it if you
down. You can
want,
hang
bro.
Yeah,
out.
don't step down, dude.
I'm
Oh,
bringing
I
I'm bringing
want
a remote to
604
all you
up.
motherfuckers next, bro.
Yeah.
Buckets, baby. What's up, bro?
How's it going, guys? First of all, congrats on anyone who got their Amoa. I heard from Kuro that the unboxing experience was pretty cool. So, congrats to all of you guys who got one. I've had a I've had a crazy 2 days on Twitter. Uh, I don't know what else to say about that, but it's been a couple of crazy days. I'm talking to different lawyers about IP theft. So let's see what happens.
Yo, I'm signing petitions. You saw me on the timeline, bro. I was pushing. There ain't no way nobody out here just came up with the idea to put a bucket on the head trait. You saw my boy Buckets in the biggest spaces with Mika and with Tetra and with all the homies and Kuro. You saw my boy in the spaces and you're like, that's a good idea for a trait. Let's throw that shit in our collection and not give the homie credit or not give him maybe like a fucking mint maybe, or an honorary would be dope. It's just the coincidence, bro. You saw me. I was the only thing that worried me about that whole experience minting. And sorry if I'm ranting, but the only thing I cared about that whole experience minting was the fact that there was a bucket on the head trait, and ain't nobody said inspired by buckets. Maybe I'm thinking
No,
that it's
dude,
a
I
more
don't even
common
have the
thing, but it
follow.
ain't,
I
bro.
don't even have the follow from the Azuki team. Like only a couple of team members follow me. Like it's like they want to make it too obvious. Because if they all follow me, then it's like, oh, they obviously see me on the timeline. But they see me on the timeline. They don't follow me, so there's no connection. But it's kind of wild because a lot of people have bucket traits. Like bucket hat traits are a thing, right? But like this is not a bucket hat. This is a bucket instead of a head. There's no head. You see like a little chin popping out, exactly like my PFP. You could see his fucking chin sticking out.
Bro,
Like this is theft.
it's identical. It's turned to the side. It's identical. I was so upset, and people were posting some other side by sides of like some Solana profile things, and then some other kind of like anime inspired. And sure, art can be inspired from all over the place, no doubt about it, bro. I'm not saying that anything is stolen. What I'm saying is, when you make it as obvious and as a coincidence is like taking a bucket head trait, turning it to the side, and then just not even like throwing the homie a follow or a credit, maybe a mint, a free mint. That would be fire.
Yeah, but it's
I
also the
was just I
rarest
was a little
trait.
upset by it, bro. I was like, what?
It's also the rarest trait, so it's not easily accessible for me to buy it. The floor is 13 ETH. Like I'm not gonna buy it for 13 ETH when I can buy an OG for 8. But I had to take a pause. Like yesterday, I was spotting on the timeline. I almost made it my entire personality, but I had to take a pause for the first like 12 hours of the
I was
day because like we had to put out this post, which was a banger, by the way. So I had to like focus on that. We did a space and all that good stuff. Had to put out that animation. So I had to take a pause from the Buckethead theft IP. Like, but my talks with lawyers are commencing soon.
bro. I would just message him and be like, hey, looks like I was some inspiration. I'm honored to be inspiration for one of the traits. Would love an honorary or maybe something, bro. Give me some credit. You know how far like just a post with some credit would go. You get a bunch of followers and get you a little bit of clout. I don't know. There was just nothing, and you
Yeah,
got
I don't know,
the only
man.
thing that bothered me from the whole mint was that one thing, bro. I'm like, that's my boy straight. What the fuck?
Yeah, I
I
know.
was all
I
pissed
know.
off.
We had to pause today. Honestly, we were hunkering down as a team. We released that animation. If any of you guys have seen it, it was pretty dope. And we were just focusing on that.
Post it at the top, bro. Let's fucking share
Yeah,
it. Let's get up
I'll
there.
post it out there. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts because, like, on like we did this entire thing actually in house. Like the entire video was done in house. So one of the core members of the team is like a renowned producer. So all the sound is original. One of the co-founders of the company is the biggest CGI artist in the world. Has like 1.2 million followers on Instagram, and then the art was designed by Tetra himself. So like every single component of this video took us like a month and a half to make, but every single component of it was done completely in house. And that's just something that we actually like did on purpose. Like everything that we're going to be doing is done in house. Just that's just part of the vision.
It's ideal, bro. I watched it. It's fire. Um, I fucking love animation. and you pinned it at the top perfectly. Perfect. We gotta tag Artifact in that shit, dude. I don't know. I saw you guys tag some other founders and stuff. Tag
Dude,
everybody in there,
we
bro. Don't
actually have a.
tag them all.
We're not gonna. I'm not gonna leak anything, but like we have something planned. Like two of like the like people that really fuck with us right now. Like we have in this chat. One of them is Kane. Obviously, you guys know he's like incredibly talented. And then we have Kuro in there as well, and a couple of other clones. Like Mazzy. So like we have a couple of amazing clones in there that are like just creating some dope fucking renders. So I think we have a couple things planned for clones specifically.
That's fire, bro. They fit so well together, dude. What you guys are doing at OD Labs and like what the Artifact creators are doing and what clones do, it just meshes so beautifully. And I've seen what some of the stuff that Kane's working on as well. So it's fire how when now or sorry, everybody who's been working on AR is finally, like we talked about this earlier. We had a big space with Mika about the tech finally catching up and the motivation. Like it's just exciting to finally see that all the shit that we all believe in is catching up, like the tech's catching up to the shit that we want to see. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
that's what the tech.
Sometimes you have to wait for the hardware to catch up with the software, and also for the demand to catch up with the builders out here. And I feel like obviously Apple expedited that, but like in general, with tech in general, like that's why it's the race to the hardware right now. That's what all these companies are doing. That's why the war between Meta and Apple is 100% real. And people are wondering like, what the tech is decentralized? It's all about the tech. Yes, it's about the tech, but you need stuff to activate it, and then you need people to activate it. That's the thing that Apple does very well. Is like when they own the hardware, they onboard their entire user base. Like the Apple cult is real, and I feel like right now the demand is catching up, and the hardware is catching up with like everything that we're trying to do here, which is pretty dope. And it's actually super bullish for clones because of the 3D model. So I'm excited.
Nah, bro, I'm looking forward to it too. I keep telling myself I'm gonna dive more into 3D rendering and animation. My days are so packed, and it's just a straight excuse that I am coping with. Um, if there's enough hours in the day if you really want it. But luckily I put a thread out, dude. There's some like dope creators in my circle that like make me some super awesome shit, and I try to plaster their work on the timeline as much as I can. So I put a thread out yesterday. It's what's kind of cool about these little communities, man. You can really connect with people that excel in shit that you do not excel in, and that's one of them. Um, Orderly and Shadow, I'm gonna do a ladies first type deal if you guys are cool with that. Um, we gotta let the ladies go first because I know she's talking on this topic with OD Labs, and then we're gonna jump into Orderly and then Shadow. Mika, what's up?
What's up? I was actually going to ask a question about like the clone creators, or like what that is and how it works.
Artifact
Yeah.
Creators. It's a group of the motivated kind of artists, creators, animators, just anything like spaces host, people that have like run businesses and sub communities, and it's a role within Artifact, and what it opens you up to is assets and a specific Artifact creator chat where things get pushed out a little earlier so that the creators can start creating with it and getting it on the timeline. It's like a sub community within Artifact. A little bit of
That's really
everything. We
cool.
got there's skills from all over. There's a
Hmm.
website. I'll put it in the comments. It's insane. The type of stuff that's on that Artifact Creator website is all community created. Absolutely insane.
That's really good. That's really good because I think it like really shows on the timeline, and like Bucket said, like we have so many clones like using the like Tetra's artwork and stuff like that to like, I don't know, it's almost like they're just like that's the focus of the clones right now, is like really just like art creation, and I really like that energy coming from like the community, because I feel like so many other communities are focused on other things, but I feel like clones are really focused on like just creating stuff, which I think is really cool.
Oh, so our community is full of creators, and creators tend to just want to create. They want to make dope shit, and Artifact and the assets here attract creators. So when me and Dre started doing spaces and kind of hopping on the timeline, we've heard what like everybody, oh, we don't ever see clones on the timeline. We don't see them in spaces, and it just the nature of the community. So what our goal was to start a movement to start putting their work out on the timeline and start meeting people within Web3, like bigger names in Web3, and start connecting with that we could get creator work in front of. And we started this in January, and as you see now, like you're starting to see more clones. We're connecting. We all followed each other. You started following more clones, and now your algorithm's probably showing you a little bit more work. We got clones working with OD Labs and making dope shit with making dope edits and dope shit with you guys. So it's just the Twitter algorithm. Once you start following those creators, you start seeing some crazy shit. And, kind of me and Dre's bad take goal. Our whole community was just like giving the community a voice, because if most creators, if it was up to them, they're like, nah, I'm gonna go create, y'all have fun in spaces, or you all have fun on the timeline, I'm gonna go make some insane animations, that's where I want to spend my. So I'll fucking put their shit on the timeline. I'll shill our creators all day, you know.
Yeah, I think what you guys are doing is really working because, like you saw, like I wasn't seeing it on my timeline, and then now it's like all I see, and now they're interacting with like, all the communities are like interacting and kind of like building for this one thing to, I guess, like get more art and creations on the timeline, or just like better energy on the timeline. Honestly, like we definitely need it. Like right now, it's the timeline just doesn't look so great for some people. Like their algorithms are just like probably caught up in like gossip and the drama and God knows what other like headline is happening. But I'm happy like my timeline now is like filled with like clones X OD Labs, like you know what I mean. Also a lot of like a kid called Beast. Like I'm noticing like the communities that are really focused on like creating art and that conversation really just focusing on art and tech, and I'm just like super bullish on it, and I'm like kind of trying to associate myself or get my algorithm like just right, and yeah, so
That's the cheat code. That's the cheat code. Just like a bunch of artifact posts, and then your timeline's clean.
It really does work that way. Like I have 90% of the time, I have no idea what's going on in the drama world that I guess people know about. Um, I need Comp and some of the other people that are more tuned into all that stuff to let me know what's going on. So yeah, I think curating your timeline is important if you want to keep your energy protected.
So as we all know, in just kind of any setting, out in public, anywhere, any social groups, the loudest tends to get the most attention at first. The loudest people putting out the loudest threads, who can cause the most drama, they get the attention for sure. But in the long run, it fizzles out. And the communities that are actually creating dope shit and building strong communities without having to go to war on the timeline or just kind of create some drama to be seen, I think in the long run it'll pay off, right? So like, I think if you curate your timeline with those dope communities, you're going to learn more, right? I will probably learn more from any creator that I have in this space right now. And I'm looking down. We have some of the sickest creators in here right now. I will learn more from them, like on a 30-minute phone, like a 30-minute phone call in Discord, just picking their brain, than I could in a thread of like whoever is currently siphoning money or ETH out of our ecosystem, by sending it to a wall. I'll just learn more here. And I think you gotta place your priorities, like what you want to do here, what do you want to learn, and what do you want to achieve. And if it's just to follow drama, like, all right, like that's fine, people like drama, but that's not really what I'm trying to follow here. um Orderly, I requested you back up, man. I did. We'll get Come on back up, dude, and we'll get called on your hand. I don't know if you got or if you went down. We'll go to Shadow and then Secure and then Baron. What's up, Shadow?
Yeah, I was going to I think what was he talking about? I think it was, yeah, Buckets was talking about um the Bucket Azuki. I was gonna ask him if he was like, are you in the Azuki's like community? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Yeah, so I'm not a holder of one of the pieces of the ecosystem, but like the whole thing started with one of the rarest traits of this new elemental collection is literally like my PFP, just in an Azuki version of it. And like people started posting it as like you're covering up like the best part of an Azuki PFP, which is their face, But then everyone saw the bucket on the timeline. They're like, "Holy shit, this is buckets!" And everyone started tagging me. And then they were like, "Bro, they stole your IP." And I looked at it and I just got a little worked up about it. So I hope to cop it, but because it's the rarest head trait in the collection, the floor of it is 13 ETH. So the odds of me getting one is very low.
Okay. Never mind then, because I thought you were in the community, and I was gonna ask your opinion on something with the elementals. But I mean, I guess I can just ask
Yeah,
it to the
ask.
group.
I'm close with a couple of the social media teams there. And like a lot of the people that we interact with on the daily. Like obviously we have an Izuki up here on stage, like so. Ask away.
Yeah, no, it was just the when the with the bean elementals. So there's multiple tiers in the bean elementals, right? So if, for instance, if I were to buy a 4-star or tier 4, I think is what it's called, being elemental, is there somewhere that shows me what the chances are of it looking like or being, or is this all just like random, like super up in the air? That's what I've been trying to ask someone in Azuki's that knows the answer to that, because I don't know what the difference between a 1 tier, 2 tier, 3 tier, or a 4 tier is, and like what the options are for it to drop, um, in that case as well too.
Yeah, so there's no like clear cut like this bean reveals like these form of traits, but the tier of the beans like basically I guess it's like a guessing game, but it increases your odds as you move up. So, like, the better the tier, the better chance you basically have. But there's no guarantees. Like, people are pulling rares with like the worst tier, and people are pulling commons with the best tier. But it's more of an odds game. Like the odds of you getting better traits align with certain tier levels. So that's basically what's happening.
Okay, so that, and this is why I like talking to people in within communities, because I like learning about stuff. I like that. That what you just said, if that's how it works, I'm 100% down with that. I mean, it's a gamble on top of a gamble, but it takes the kind of the fun out for me if I can just like, oh, I want to buy a rare, an unrevealed rare, so I'm just gonna whip out 30K and I'm just gonna make sure I get an unrevealed rare. You know what I mean? With the same thing with sorry, I'm gonna switch over to kind of like the Clone X type of stuff. The same thing with the egg. A lot of people, I've been kind of really curating kind of like my idea of kind of what I want, and then I'll post it on the timeline like Anya and people are talking about yesterday. I don't want eggs. I don't want there to be a way to guarantee get a certain type of animus. I would like for there to be a higher chance of getting this type of animus if you do certain things. So that if that's what the Azuki Elements is doing, I'm 100% down for that. Now, you run a huge risk, if buy the tier 4 and then you just get like a tier quote unquote 1 Azuki. But I mean, that's kind of like how this thing is, right? So, okay, I actually really like that quite a bit. So yeah, thanks for answering that. So yeah, you can with a regular bean, you can still get a rare. That's pretty cool.
I saw a couple of rares get pulled, man, with tier ones. Go ahead, Buck, because I didn't mean to interrupt you,
Yeah,
man.
I'm saying like that's why like the tier 1 and tier 2 beans like their price differential is not that great. Like a tier 1 right now is 1.75, and a tier 2 is like 2 ETH. So like there isn't that big of a differential between the bottom two tiers, but the second you start going up in the tiers, like tier 3 is at like 5 ETH and tier 4 is at 15 ETH, right? So like the odds of you pulling a common at a tier 4 is like very minuscule, but which is why the price is kind of justified. But when you go to the lower tiers, like there is some form of price differential, which is why a lot of people would, if you're planning on sweeping elemental beans, then like sweeping, a bunch of tier 1s might be better than like a couple of tier 2s, which is why the prices are closer together. But obviously, as you move up, the price differential kind of gradually increases, and that's the way that this kind of works because of the gamified element. And I think that's the best part of this up and coming in was this gamification.
obviously the FUD is not coming towards that. The FUD is coming towards the reveal process. But I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'll make this quick so other people can go. But yeah, after 24 hours and listening to the space today, with Tevi and Dre and y'all representing, yeah, man, I'm warming up as if I had like a bone in this race, but I'm warming up to the elementals, man. I think long term, they have a purpose in the journey in the garden with the Azukis and stuff. Yesterday I wasn't so down, but now I'm just interested. I mean, I hate being like I'm only going to be doing this, but I mean, look, once I get my clone and my pod and I want to go for like 9 eggs, once I get that set up, if I still have time, if it's still within budget, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, I'll probably check out the Zuki thing. But I wanted to clarify and ask that because I'm going to be putting up a Twitter thread about what I want to see out of the Project Animus, and I can now use the beans reveal and how they're doing it as an example. Like, hey, if if I pull if I get an angel and hibernate and incubate with my egg, and then the egg turns blue instead of orange. Well, now that blue egg can then be, it can then hatch into these forms of animus, like things like that. So it's kind of a mixture between what the beans are already doing, but I would like for there to be an action on the user side before it goes from like a quote unquote tier 1 to a tier 4. I'm gonna articulate it way better than I'm doing right now, but thanks for that help, man.
So my only comment is, Shadow, your research is really impressive, and I just wanted to tell you last night, I forgot to tell you, I think you would be an extremely good thread writer, bro. You do great research, and I saw you wrote individual threads for all of our anime shows. We each had our own thread that that you sent us for which animes to watch, and I think that you got skills, bro. So I'm looking forward to your animus thread, man.
I second that. Shoot it, Shadow.
Yeah,
We
bro.
need
I'm
you out here.
thinking about that, dude. Like clones don't have any more thread writers. They got sniped. So we need a thread writer, bro.
I mean,
So
I like write threads. All I would say is I'm not a quick one. I'm a put a lot of information together and like once a week type of thread guy. But yeah, I got you.
thread Shadow. Secure. What is good?
What's going on, guys? I hope my Australian accent isn't too jarring. Bit of a general comment and question on my side. So, background on me for 30 seconds. I've worked in the sneaker industry for 20 years. I worked for the Swoosh for a decade. Did some design work for Jordan Brand. So like I'm a shoe guy. So I've always followed Artifact. And with some sort of OGs in the crowd, I kind of wanted to get a bit of a temperature check and sort of have a general question around timing. So I tried to jump into the ecosystem a little while back, and I got wrecked because I bought Monolith 2 at peak. I'm not going to fight any of that. That's all in the past. That was my decision. So I own that. That's all good. But looking at clones now, trying to jump in and find a clone for myself, the Artifact Creator Group is something I find really interesting as well. So I come from an art background, design sneakers, toys, apparel, you name it. That's kind of been my career for the last 20 years. So I guess where I'm trying to spend ETH now is in places that are backed by teams and brands. Clearly, obviously, Artifact is that, but also ones that provide like opportunities for networking and growth in a time of like a lack of communication and FUD. It's a great opportunity to actually build relationships and grow your, like, I would say, personal brand, but then also like you're networking in a space where, in 5 years, if this shit goes crazy, it's too freaking hard to do. We all know the only way to come up in sneakers right now is to have more money than anyone else. So we're kind of not there yet in this space, which is rad. So I guess just a bit of a temperature control, Dre, I see you there. Like, for timing wise, like leading up to Animus, I've kind of lost track of when that was kicking off. And with all the blood in the water right now, I kind of think it's probably a great time to grab a clone and finally get in after a year and a half, 2 years. So sort of thought I'd ask some of the names on the stage that I recognize from around the traps and on spaces and in the timeline, what you think from a timing point of view to jump in. Obviously, non-financial advice, like that goes without saying. And then if someone could refresh my memory when Animus is set to kick off, because I remember the crypto kicks and all those sort of dates, but I've lost track of Animus.
You're in the right place, baby. This is the spot. You got sneaker questions, streetwear questions. We got Dre Millie here. To your point, though, it's all about perspective, right? So for me, I bought a few clones high, so this price point is really attractive to me. Just to average down my cost, right? I got one at two. I bought most at 15 and 12 and 8 and 10, those kind of areas. So I did buy one recently at 1 or 2.6. So this price range is still attractive to me. So it's all about what you're looking to spend and what you're looking to do. Like, but in my perspective, giving myself financial advice, this price range is really attractive, and there's so much blood in the water. A lot of ETH was moved, like pulled from a lot of collections to go mint Azuki and move that, which actually brought the needle down even more. People prepping for that mint. So um, I think in my opinion, it's a good time, at least locally. It's like a local bottom from what I've seen.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And just in regards to the creator group, is there, I'm sorry, most of the crowd probably knows this, so I apologize, but is there like an application process to go through for that? Like I've done a Jordan collab and stuff, so I would hope I scraped through, but just like, is that all driven through the Discord?
I
So
don't know
check
if you got the resume to get in secure. Jordan collabs, that's okay in Nike's terms, but I don't know what saying. Yeah, of course, bro. Of course, shoot the shot, bro. You gonna kill it out here.
check this out, man. They let me in there somehow. I convinced them that hosting spaces and like doing community things would take to creativity, and so they let me in. But this is what I gotta say. You don't need to own a clone to even apply. There are so many artifact creators. We have a couple in here that haven't got their clones yet. They've been saving up, and they have been just dropping heat on the timeline, getting the assets. They got access to the assets. They've got the support, the tools, and they can reach out to each other and like network and learn from each other. They're in here in the spaces right now. So I would apply as soon as possible, bro. Don't wait to get your clone. Get in the Discord, put your portfolio up there. So what the application is, like your Twitter handle, your social medias, and then they have a section where you can put your portfolio up and just kind of talk about what you've worked on. And yeah, it's an application process in the Discord.
Easy, man. Thank you very much. That's straightforward. I think the last thing that I lost track of, and it's just so hard to keep on top of everything, is an Animus rollout date. I think it's a little bit ambiguous. I follow it as closely as I can, but I know that the sneakers are coming towards like the back end of the year, and they have the where to earn element built into them and all that sort of stuff. Like I'm a legit shoe dog, so like I won't bore everyone by going into the technical shit in the shoes for 20 minutes, but do we have a rough rollout date for Animus? I did actually buy myself an egg the other day, so I got that stashed away for now. But just before I start to try and get a baker's dozen of eggs, do we know roughly when that's going to kick off?
I think that's in the back end of the year. They, I would have to go back to like the FAQs, but it's supposed to be in the back end of the year. As far as the crypto kicks, we actually just heard yesterday on the town hall that that's still on track for shipping out in August. So if you bought one of those, that should be coming out around. It should ship out to people starting in August. But yeah, I would say Animus. That would be in the second half of the year, which we're about to enter. I would say like Q4, so October timeframe through December, somewhere in there, right? Like I don't know the exact date, and we they didn't want to give anything too specific, but that would be my guess based on everything that has been put out to date. But yeah, I will second the whole don't if you want the artifact creator role, I think you can already apply, and it's really just showing some of the work that you've put out already. And yeah, um, definitely do it. I think the more people are out here creating, the better. So would love to see Actually, maybe I'll just go follow you and see what you're putting out. But yeah, definitely do it.
Sick. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, I am clearly Australian, so I got my crypto kicks shipped to a friend on campus who's going to send it down for me after they get to him in Portland. So much appreciated. I know I've been asking general questions, which can be boring for a lot of people, but I appreciate the shout out. I'll step down. Thanks, everyone.
Nah, bro,
Not
that's a
secure, bro. Come in here and talk shoe game all day, all night. We've been doing it for months, man. This is how we get down. Especially if you get me going, we're going this joint for 3 hours talking about the same soul. So come back
we
anytime, bro.
yo. Yeah, you're welcome to stay up here. You're welcome to hang and just kind of shoot the shit. That's what we do here. It's not like a formal thing. There's no topics off limits. Um, and if it is off limits, we'll tell you. But dude, I'm stoked for you to get your clone. Go apply, get your creator role, start creating. Like fuck yeah, Baron, my dude.
What's up? What's up? Yeah, I'm just stoked to hear all these, new people in here and just new faces. It's a gold standard, bro. There's no one else is doing the things we're doing. We had Tevi in there in an Azuki space, like their main space today, like playing counselor. And they're like, yeah, Tevi's right. Yeah, Tevi's right. I'm like, dude, he's a clone, man. You guys are getting, we're passing you knowledge, to save you heartache and stress. And so, Tevi, I appreciate that, but don't do that shit too often. You know, let them struggle a little bit. You know what I mean? No, I'm kidding, but not really. It's like we had to go through it. We had to learn the hard way. It was just funny seeing you up there with your bald head, man. Your shape up. It's like, I can't afford this trade, so for me, this is great. And they're like, yeah, see, this is great. New people get to come in, and then if I was in there, I'd be like, yeah, it's great for him, but it sucks for me. And I was here since day one, and so it's just pump my bag. That's all I gotta say.
Bro, yo, I'm laying in a hammock right now watching the sunset, and Fawn and Vega are here drinking beers on the deck with me. I'm just laughing out loud, bro. Um, Check this out, Tevi. You know what's funny is yeah, let them know we're a great community to learn from. We have actually been through a very similar situation. They've been through some stuff too, in a different kind of situation, but we've been through like almost an identical situation just like this. And shout out to Tevi for kind of supporting and dropping some knowledge and letting know they got a lot of new people in their community since their last FUD. So Tevi and Dre going up on their stage and like showing some support, like that's mad respect. I think you guys are leading as examples and being the bigger man, honestly.
Tevi needs to change his PFP, though. This is some bullshit. I told him, I'm like, I don't like your
No,
PFP.
no, 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 no.
It needs to
You're not
change. Hold
ruining
on,
this for
hold
me,
on. I'll give you your
Baron.
moment.
You're not ruining this
No,
for me. I'm getting my
this is,
fucking Azuki dunks. I don't give a shit. Okay? Listen, this isn't about you guys
what does
anymore.
that have to do with his
Yo,
PFP,
listen,
dude? This
bro. If
Building a
Artifact
bridge.
is the one that gets the contract, that pumps our bags, okay? What we want is our bags to get pumped, so my Nike bags get pumped, so I'm less of an asshole. That's what we want.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with Tebby's PFP. I'm all for that. But this guy gets up there and passes all this knowledge on to them, and they don't even know it's a clone passing knowledge on them. He's like, yeah, I've got a few clone. I got a clone or
Bro,
two.
this is the next
You're,
stage.
you're like, God,
This
man,
is
just
the
at
next
least throw the
stage,
clone
bro.
there.
The inception has begun. Okay, you can't stop it. It's by whatever means. If it takes Tevi
I
to
mean,
go in there and
listen,
show them Rimowa bags and fucking Teslas, that's what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna support him. I don't give a shit.
he
This guy's
Kuro,
a
he
genius. He
closed.
told me to buy the Rimowa bag. He said you need to do more side quests. I did the side quest. Do you know how happy I was this morning? I was
Yeah, right there.
I was doing an IRL side quest of having a cigarette, and the UPS person came and handed me this box and was just didn't ask for a signature, didn't do anything. Asked me how my
Dude,
vacation was, and
dude, I
yeah,
got home from out of town this morning, pulled up to the house, and there was two boxes sitting out front. I was like, no signature needed. But we won't go down that road. That's not an artifact issue.
Bro, that's not an
You know,
issue at all. You live in a nice place, and I live in a nice place.
yeah, but some Yahoo's going to get up here and be like, "Hey, I cannot believe they didn't require signature on this
Bro, they
expensive
didn't
bag I
require
bought." It's like,
signatures
well,
because they have
guess
my
what,
picture.
Ramoa?
I'm pretty sure
It's a
Ramoa
bag.
gave them our picture, and that's part of the customer
Yeah,
care. I don't care what they have to say, because
yeah,
the lady knew I was Sam, and she gave it to Sam, and Sam has it, and now Sam has a Ramoa bag sitting in a dust bag beside his normal luggage, and
yeah. It was
wow,
addressed to a man smoking a cigarette, and they knew it was you.
yep, it had to be. You know what? That it was a white glove service, man.
This is too funny. I mean, I did say, Baron, to in my defense, that I do own clones, and I just came into the ecosystem, right? So no, I mean, it's just painful for me to see people like, and it was the same thing here in this ecosystem when they dropped the CIRLs, and yeah, Monolith 2, blah blah blah, all that nonsense. But do you realize how much tech is built into CIRLs? How in, innovative this is, how next level it is. And all people could do is focus on the near term, you know. Yeah, I mean, and again, people lost a ton of money, so I do not want to discount that. So this is not where that's coming from. But at some point, you got to pivot and think about, okay, why am I here? What are we actually getting? Where is this going? Like, these are not just projects, these are actually full-on businesses. Some are like young businesses, they're trying to make it to like full-fledged businesses. Others are further along the way. But you got to stop thinking about, just project this and project that, and it's more like, what's the business model? What are they delivering over the next 5 to 10 years? Are they going to make it, yes or no? Should I really be here? And am I here to like make money? Am I here to have access to cool stuff? Am I more worried about the art? So all those questions people have to start really asking themselves and figure that out. So when I see something dope, like something like that's like promising and that has like a bright future, and people spend, and it's not like we're spending like $2 or $3, right? We're spending thousands of dollars. And some people, that's like nothing. And I realize that there's some people in here that are just balling out of control. They don't even know what to do with their money. But I'm not one of them, right? So when you're putting that kind of money to work, like you got to do your research, and you really have to know why you're here and what you're putting your money into. So when I'm sitting there and I'm seeing, people like they have these. I mean, Azuki has a dope IP, and they just said we're releasing an anime. It is in production. Like, that is next level. No one's doing that. No one is doing that. And I don't know if it's a Netflix contract or whatever it was, but that's where I was scratching my head, and I was like, you know what? I got it. It's like, I feel like, and nobody really touched on it. And I'm like,
Bro, this is what I've been trying to say. Okay, like we saw the execution. Those of us clones that were there at Hakkasan, right? And like obviously they didn't do merch this time. They did apparel, which was nice because I'm not buying any fucking merch. You give me anything in a dinky fucking plastic bag, I'm throwing it back at you. I don't even want the money back. For me, the biggest sign of change was the care and attention that they put into it, right? And even like the amount of Azuki holders I talked to that were so happy that there was Randy with the clones up at the top near the DJ booth was crazy. But like, here's the most important thing: Artifact is in a position where there's a community of fucking 9,000 people that if Artifact gets the fucking sorry, someone just texted me. Um so if Artifact is in the position where they get the contract from and they can hook up Azuki, it basically is like they have the contract for all of these 9,000 people to buy shoes. Okay? That pumps our fucking bags. Not only does that give them a reason to take a second look at Artifact and get involved in the ecosystem, but like on the back channels, I've been talking to a lot of Azuki holders that are really into the Animus game theory. What's the game theory? The game theory is that there's an egg and something cool can come out of it. And they like that shit. Okay? Like, the most importantly is, like, we got to understand. Nobody's coming to buy our bags that isn't already fucking here, guys. We got to buy each other's bags if we're going to fucking wag me or whatever, but not the mental illness one that I usually talk
Nah, no
about.
wag me. There's no wag me.
Thanks, though,
There's
Kiro.
no wag me.
Our bags, man. What? Don't say
There,
Yo,
it.
there's no wag
bro,
me.
if Artifact sells Azuki 10,000 fucking pairs of shoes at fucking $180, that means that Artifact gets profit. That means that Artifact gets more fucking shine. That means that creators get more shine. That means that I'm achieving my objectives. I don't really give a fuck about people's emotions. They don't matter to me. Okay. What matters to me is the success and longevity of Nike. Okay. Because I need to pump this shit to $200 so I can get a fucking split and I can have even more shares, baby. Let's fucking go.
Man.
Bro, I've thought about this
Energy.
long and hard, bro. Long and hard.
But you know what? This is what I'm saying though. Like, people have to figure out why are they here for? And Cure clearly has it, right? Like, so I think people are coming. I do have to say that. I do think that people are coming, and I do think that how we execute and how every community actually succeeds plays into that. But if we keep playing these childish games of like fighting one another and kicking each other while we're down and everything, really what it really just looks like is infighting. And anybody who's outside that doesn't understand what's going on here, they look over, they're like, oh, wallet X got drained today. Community X is laughing at community Y and blah blah blah. And it's like it's just a bad look all around. So I think anytime that you have a chance to like help people out, put some positivity out there, you just gotta do it. Because again, ultimately, if the space has to succeed for any of this to make sense. I've said this before, way early during the Monolith X, X and 2, that all that stuff is there's probably some legal stuff out there, but at the end of the day, if the founders of any project, like not just Artifact, that's actually moving forward, and if we sit here and we keep pooping on their what they're putting out, even though like it's dope stuff, right? But they make a little mistake here and there, and we're not showing that empathy and that understanding, and they just say, you know what, we're done. Like small businesses typically fail within the first 5 years. What year are we in for Azuki, CloneX, and pretty much everybody else? What year is it? Under
We're
5 years.
like barely into the second year, bro. It's
Correct.
crazy.
Right? So you got to keep, those are the things that you have to think about before you go and be super toxic on the timeline and, and poop on the hard work that people are putting out. If you like the vision, support it. Don't just follow blindly. Provide the
Bro,
feedback,
the
but in a
effort that
critical
Anya
way.
makes every fucking day. She went in there today. She gave them positivity. She kept their heads up. Like, that shit means a lot to these people. Like,
Wait, did somebody rug?
I don't know. Did I rug?
I can still hear everyone.
Yeah.
Just
Kiro
end.
was talking.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, Kiro.
Yo, let me go down and I'll come back up.
I mean,
Hey, just a quick one on my side, a bit of a hyperbole check. There's 3 animes being made by NFT projects right now, including Shinsai Galverse and a few others out of Japan. So there is quite a few animes being made. But just on regards,
that. I didn't realize it. So yeah, I stand corrected, and I appreciate the check real quick here. Thank you.
all good. That wasn't meant to be negative. It's just like it's impossible to stay across everything. The other thing for me, just like, so the financial side of this, like, is kind of an expertise of mine when it comes to like the NFT brand side, because I do quite a bit of brand consultation. So just for transparency's sake, like, we all know that this is like community driven and all that sort of stuff, right? But like, I worked for the Swoosh for 10 years. Like, this is the biggest revenue opportunity that Nike will have in the next 15 to 20 years, right? They get this right. This is an entire avenue of revenue that has not been available to a brand that is saturated globally and has already touched just about every corner of market that it can get to. Esport has been the Goldilocks zone of sporting brands for the last 15 years. I've worked for esports for Puma, Converse, and Nike. It has been extremely challenging for brands to get into this space, and through the integration that we see with EA, this is where this is going, right? So for me, looking at the fact that crypto kicks didn't mint out, looking at the fact that X percentage of people forgot to even redeem their Air Force Ones, the Azuki partnership, it's a pipe dream. Like that ain't like, I don't know unless I've missed an announcement somewhere. But like right now, when we're not minting out, and I'm just going to say our because I feel like I'm peripherally included into the clones for now, even though I'm not significantly invested, I do have an egg. In even like our ecosystem isn't thriving enough or permeated enough into sneaker culture to be able to diversify, right? You've got Gutter Cats doing the Puma collab, you've got Alts doing their stuff, right? But like 0.001% of sneakerheads know about NFTs right now. And what we need to understand is that 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 units of these projects, when we get millions of people onboarded through things like Dot Swoosh with 53,000 unique wallets we're able to get in front of people, is actually really scarce product, right? So I think we're still very much in the amplification phase internally. I think we need to do as like a brand and ecosystem, like awareness, less 0.3 mints, right? It is expensive, but there will be an opportunity for cheaper product coming. But the real gateway drug for this is selling NFTs before selling tangible products and scooping royalties off secondaries, which will give Nike billions of dollars of revenue of free money every year. That's where we're headed. The Sneakers app will turn into a Web3 project, and I could go on about this for hours. But for me, I think like more than wanting to see an Azuki collab, I want to see a sneaker project within our ecosystem mint out and then have tangible resale value in real life, and then I'll worry about bringing other IPs along for the ride. I definitely want to see that in the future, and I think that there's value in, a rising tide lifts all boats, as they say. But realistically speaking, I think, until we start seeing artifact Air Force Ones on people's feet at SneakerCon, turning up in those stupid sneaker shopping shows that I hate, like then we start to permeate like sneaker culture on a mass level, and then we can worry about validating other people's brands. Right
Bro,
now,
have you seen Franelation's like collection?
no, I haven't. Did I miss something?
Bro, I'm telling you, once he does the YouTube video with the with the artifact shoes, it's fucking game over. Like the resale market is gonna go stupid, bro. Like, see, like we just need, like you said, people to get these things into their hands. Once they have them in their hands, there's absolutely no fucking stopping artifact. Like it's literally like I need this fucking relationship between these two companies to be settled before people touch down with this shit. Because we're not going to be able to keep up with the demand. And I like to pump my Nike bags. If I do anything every day, is pump my Nike bags. I go into rooms and I tell people about Nike, and I tell them, yo, get the Dot Swoosh. I tell them all the pertinent information here. So they're early enough that they can make a financial gain from it as well. Like, people say that the financial gain isn't important, but it keeps people motivated to keep advertising. Like, I'm motivated by the fact that I pumped Nike stock $3 by talking about it in Twitter Spaces. And after I got the rush from that, I haven't stopped since.
No, secure. You talking that shit, man. This is the same points that I've been making since the mint happened for the Murakami Air Force Ones and the CIRLs. Like people don't fully understand the power of actually receiving physical product. Like we can talk about these digital collectibles all day and all night, but once those shoes hit pavement, once they start reaching the sneakerheads' hands, and they start making content with them, once you start seeing people pop up with them in the sporting events, it's going to take things to the next level. And that's when all the questions will be raised. All the people are going to start asking those crazy questions. Where do I get those from? Right? The same situation I always talk about. The awareness has to be there in order to drive the hype. And then after the hype comes the FOMO. And then it's an ongoing circuit by itself because it's going to continuously push itself for more
Bro, as
people to
long
want
as
to be a
we're
part of it.
educating people. Because remember, today, Grail.eth hasn't woken up yet. And he's going to see the picture of my Rimowa bag that he doesn't have. And he's going to feel a ways. And he's going to go and fucking redeem that shit. Because you know what people hate? They hate not having something this exclusive.
The
How
FOMO.
many of these bags are there? Exactly, the foam. That's what it's called. Bro, I don't know how many bags there are of these, but all I know is people want them because they keep hitting me up in my DMs to ask me what kind of bag that is.
How
You
many
know how
bags
good it
does
feels
it?
to
Like,
say this is an Artifact Ramoa collab? Bro, that shit fucking melts my heart every time I type it out, bro. That shit fucking means so much because it's like, yo, yo, I don't think people realize what level Virgil Abloh was on. That guy was the creative director of Louis Vuitton. Like, and bro, he had a Ramoa fucking collab. That's the level that we're at. We're not like just some bunch of fucking bozos with JPEGs here. We're fucking luxury fucking apparel collectors. That's what we fucking really are.
that's all facts. But that's what I'm saying. Once they hit the street, just like the remote bags hit today and touchdown today, it's gonna be tons of people asking questions about it. They're always gonna inquire, and it's gonna lead to one place here. And like you said, it's about the education. So yeah, man, secure. You talking that shit, man. That's what I'm saying. We can do this all night, baby. We can dance around this all night. Keep bringing it.
Yeah, I gotta step down. I just realized I'm 20 minutes late to a meeting, but appreciate you guys. I'll see you again soon, and I'll go on my tinfoil hat rant next time I speak to you, Dre, about where I think we're going with dot swoosh and stuff. I got this whole thing mapped out in my head, but I won't bore everyone with it now. But appreciate you guys, and I'll see you all again soon.
Man, I can't wait. Shoot me a DM. Let's schedule that conversation. Let's get it cracking, man. Enjoy your meeting.
When's the next sneaker soapbox like it's happening
I
here?
don't know. It's been a while. I need to dust it off, right? It's been a while.
Bro,
I don't know.
we gotta get more active on the timeline because like yo, we're seeing like Anya have to pull up to Zuki spaces to give them positivity. Like all that shit, they're talking about it in the group chats, man. They see it. They see every single effort, every single fucking everything. Bro, at the end of the day, the only way we make it is together, man. I like you can't leave any man behind. The moment you start leaving men or people, not just men. Sorry, not trying to be a sexist or anything, but like the moment you start leaving people behind, that's when you fucking get all fucked up and shit, and you don't make it to your end goal. And like all of our end goal is like basically the same, is to put this shit out there. Like our creators do an amazing job. Like Kane's working on, he sent me some shit. We're putting together some shit. We're gonna do another activation because Ali has fucking made it possible that we know how to organize now and fucking actually put together something that gets seen on the timeline. So like we have to take advantage of this shit. We can't expect the fucking founders to do this shit. They got fucking contracts and shit. I can do whatever I want.
Yo, I just had to get a moment of silence for some bars. Baron, you up?
No, I didn't even know my hand was up. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for. I don't want to kick anybody when they're down. I just want people to know that it's clones that are here holding your hand through the bad times. I don't need Tevy going incognito to do it. Just go there as a clone and say, "Here, man, like this is." Drop the knowledge and then make them realize it. And I'm just kidding a little bit at this point, a lot of it, but it's like we have a lot to share, and it feels condescending. But if you don't share what you've gone through and like, you know, see, that's like I can see eye to eye with you. Like we've been through that shit. I was never more hyped than when I left Miami or at Basel. It's like uh, that would if I heard that from an Azuki, which I did, Ilan, during our shit, it was like it made me want an Azuki. So I just, like you all have been saying, the more that we lean into their shit by respecting what they're going through, uh, they'll come around and get some extra ETH someday, and they'll pick up a clone or whatever they pick up. So I agree with where you're all coming from. But Tebby, change your PFP.
Well, I'm in Twitter jail, and I didn't do it to go incognito because I'm not proud to be a clone. Like that's a silly concept. It's like I love clones. Like I've been here all day, all night. Like I'm at 3 clones now because of what's going on and everything, right? So I mean, I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, like I said, I made it very clear that like I rep clones, but also I love anime, and that's why I'm rocking this thing right now. Now, am I gonna stick to this PFP forever? Probably not. And I might not even have this PFP for after a little while because there's other ones that are this style that I want. And once the full collection is revealed, I'm gonna get another one. That's gonna be my forever. But I didn't want to miss out on not having this particular trait. So, anyways, for what it's worth, like yeah, I don't know. I know that that's not what you mean, but at the same time, I want to make it very clear that it's not like I'm trying to go and be undercover and blend in and none of that stuff, because that is not the case.
Yeah, I know that. You like your PFP. I'm just saying I don't. I want to see you, man. But that's coming from a person that changes PFP every day. So just, you know, what do they say? Take it with a grain of salt or something.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I can respect that.
Yo, we should get. I'm gonna get Baron a clone Zuki, which is basically his clone, but it looks like an Azuki, just so that he doesn't feel left out and he doesn't feel like we're trying to take away clones from CloneX, because that's never, ever, ever, ever been the mission,
Oh, we're not. I know that. Dude, I'm just
bro.
saying he was dropping so much knowledge. Like, take some credit, dude. Clone credit, dude. Yo,
Bro,
if
it's a
I don't
creative
do side
I
revolution by
mean,
any
quests,
means.
if nothing
Listen,
else, Dre was there in his full glory,
yeah, I
right?
know.
They know
Properly.
they know Dre, and
Properly.
so
I just remember the days when like Curl had to sneak us in the back door to get us up on stage. You know what I'm saying? And now like they pulled me up, and then I like
bro, they know who all of us are now, bro. After Azuki Vegas, the sentiment towards clones has changed. Like, I'm always gonna be good wherever I go because I'm just gonna cuss everyone out, so they're just gonna feel equal, right? But like, they didn't understand that like none of us are like what we're portrayed to be on the timeline. Okay, we're all very fucking nice and kind people. We actually enjoy a lot of the same stuff as them. There are so many similarities as to like the origin of the art that we like collect, right? You know, is like very heavily Japanese inspired. um you know, I got a custom poker chip that has my clone and my bean on it, but it has my clone on the other side. So it's like they know the deal. I'm a clone first. I'll always be a clone first. CloneX is where my heart is, but it's like I love the animes. I just I vibe with the anime vibes, and like that cultural activation was something else. It was you know, I'm starting to realize that every collection kind of has this category that it fits into perfectly. Um, Artifact is fashion, and that's a fact. I don't see anyone else doing it better than Artifact, and everyone can admit that now. You know what I mean? Like nobody's gonna go out there and buy a fucking Bored Ape sweater for the same price that they're buying a fucking Murakami sweater or a reptile sweater or any sweater from the Artifact collection. That's like a fact, right? You know, Azuki made a brilliant attempt at getting into the apparel market. It's not luxury apparel yet, but with a certain partnership, it could be, um, and that could benefit all of us, especially my Nike stock, because I need to pump that shit to $200 so I can get a split.
how much is this stock now, Kuro, for Nike?
No,
I
we got
think
to go to the hands, bro. We can't go to
Yeah,
Oh,
retail
yeah.
stuff. We
all
gotta
right,
go.
right. My bad,
I'm
my
here
bad, my
talking to
bad.
Vega IRL, and I'm like, wait a second, we can't go on another topic. Um, Leviant is up.
Not
Leviant,
yet.
what's good, bro?
Yo, what's good, guys? Hope
Good morning,
everyone is good.
evening. Have you slept yet?
Now I was up making some music, bro. Not gonna lie, it's 5:30 a.m. I'm in my fucking car right now, and I'm listening to this dope space, and I haven't been on for a week. I was catching on some sleep, you feel me? But today is the day, for sure, for sure. And yeah, I hope everyone is all right again. I missed this space hell a lot last couple of days. But I also want to touch on something you guys said before. You know, and I know you're talking about the Azuki and loving one another project and being interconnected. And me personally, I started out in Azuki like last year, and then I saw the dope stuff clones were doing, and I hopped in. You feel me? But to me, for a few months, Azuki was all I know, So I gotta give them credit for doing what they're doing. A and B, I gotta give Nike and Artifact their flowers because where this is going, in the next 2, 3, 4 years, and we're barely like a year in, we gotta realize that, and already we got fucking 10, 15 collections, right? We gotta realize, first of all, why they're focused so much on this Web3 shit, and where it's going, and only when doing so will we realize the full potential. Being a holder, being here this early, and all that. But just for reference, like the luxury resale market is like a 30 to 50 billion industry, I think, per year, and that's growing, right? So, like Nike has said, and like Adidas even has said, um, a big reason why they're doing all this is to get a bigger cut of the pie, right? If everybody's going crazy on resales, and this technology makes that possible, right? So I just think that in the long term, this will be like an industry standard, and we will just look back into moments like this where we only had so few collections and so few shoes that dropped, and I think that's what Dot Shoes is doing as well. So yeah, here for the long term, you know.
Man, that's a great take, man. You got to hit it on point. All right, you bounced. So we're gonna go to Alone. What's good, bro?
What's up, guys? I think I must have butt requested up. I didn't realize that I requested up, and then I heard the little bloop bloop sound when it brings you up. So I just don't want to be a weirdo and drop down. So I just want to say hello to everyone, and that it was my butt that requested.
Yo, I just want to say that I am so impressed with me and Dre's teamwork. Like, he was driving his mom home and getting his bag, and now I'm here talking to Vega and Fawn, and he covered down and made sure he had everything covered down. Like, we're not even talking to each other, but he just knew that I was probably doing. Oh my god, I got chicken on the fucking grill. Oh shit.
I love you guys. I'm gonna jump down. Sorry for my random butt dial request.
It's all good, bro. It's always good to hear your voice, man.
Same, my friend.
Appreciate the booty doing what it do. You feel me? Pause.
I got that junk in the trunk. I'm gonna go and what's it called? And twerk in my room all by myself now.
Get
Drive
your
down
work
here.
in,
We're
man.
barbecuing. Come down. Get on the freeway now.
I'm
No.
gonna twerk my way down.
Work your way down, grab some chicken with the buns. You feel me? You got the buns. He got the chicken. Y'all in there?
I'm
Take
dead.
it.
I love you guys. I'm gonna jump down.
I think they're gonna be here till tomorrow. All the LA people come down. We'll barbecue tomorrow again. Sorry, I caught the chicken right on time. We are good. Um, I got ADHD, so that's just kind of the outburst you're gonna have to deal with if you're here listening. I've been spam inviting Anya back up. She's mad at us now, so I've just been requesting her back up, just so that I can say sorry. Like the last, like there's a certain amount of people. There's certain people in this community that like I would hate to disappoint. It's like Anya, Rose Jade. Never want to disappoint Baron. Like if Cass was ever disappointed in me, I'd be just wrecked. Like those are like the main people, honestly. Tevi, like I've disappointed Tevi before, and he's given me a talking to, and so yeah, man, I got a lot of respect for the people in this community.
Took you a walk around campus, interlocked the fingers, face to
Yeah, he
face
said, "All right,
conversation.
compound, let's go for a walk." Like this
Mm.
whole like
Those
defending
one-on-ones
everything
are
on the
fun.
timeline. This you ain't always got to do it, man. Sometimes you can just let it go. And I said, "All right,
I'm
Tevi, all right,
taking
all
it
right.
too far. Taking it too
You're
far. But
taking
no,
it
this
too
is
far,
interesting
compound."
points that Secure brought up and that Kiro brought up. We're seeing the results of people understanding that the projects that we all are getting into either have something behind them that's backing them to taking them to the next level, or they don't. And I think this is being like a mass realization throughout the entire space now, right? Like people, I was talking to the apes in Vegas, and they was talking about the deflating air that they feel happening within that project. And of course, we seen what's going on with the Azuki situation these last couple of days, and we all knew that everybody felt some type of way about Azuki because everybody's calling it the stable coin. It's the stable coin. It doesn't go down, only goes up, right? And now they're seeing. I think a lot of the holders in that community are seeing that their founder and the team are human beings that make choices sometimes that are great and sometimes that are not so great. And the results are, damn, what are we really doing? Like I've read so many posts of people talking about how it wasn't supposed to go this way. This is Azuki. They don't do these type of things. And it's just the reality of the space. Um, we all had the wag meme mentality a couple years ago when it was like, we all gonna make it, right? Blue chip projects, nothing ever goes wrong. Everything goes right. We got this. We got this. We got this. And that's not the reality. The reality is exactly what Tevi brought up at the point of these projects being businesses. Some small businesses, some small young businesses, some more seasoned, and some are becoming even more seasoned with the events that are happening in the present moment. So with that understanding, I think that mental shift is now being spread across the entire space, and people are understanding like, yo, we got to put our investment into something that actually is doing something. Like, right? It can't just be empty promises. It can't just be hopium. It can't just be copium. And I'm really interested to see where this is going to go for the space as a whole. I think this is just like, for real, like all of us are going through like puberty and in the Web3 space at this moment. And we're trying to figure out these changes that are happening to our bodies and our voices and our physical appearance. And, it's about just adjusting. And those who adjust can and will make it. And that's one of the reasons why I do jump up on those stages and speak to that community, because they are a very strong community. And they have to understand, like, yo, shit like this, it happens, right? Like, we've seen other communities go through it. Now it's your turn. But that doesn't mean give up. That doesn't mean bail out. That means double down. It's the time when you put 10 toes on the ground and you walk it out and you stick together as crew and you build in the dark, nose to the pavement, and you come up and you win. So I will always spread that message to whatever community that's able to hear it for real. So, like Baron said, like homie Tevi said, like Anya was getting on the stage speaking about, like Kuro said, like we got to stick together in this thing, man. Yeah, they drop kicked us when we was going through it and we was in the ring, but that don't mean anything, man. How we react to what's going on shows who we are as a crew, as a community. So let's lock in and let's help these people get through this bullshit so we all can rise.
And Baron, next time I do it, I'll have my clone on. So I think that will take care of
Let's
that.
go. Let's go. And you can change it right back if you want, if that makes you feel better.
I don't think
I
Twitter
remember going
did.
through that. I was having identity issues too. It's okay.
Baron was a mutant ape for a while, man. It scared me. Such a beautiful mutant, though, but man, it just wasn't Baron,
Never
This
felt
is
right.
Baron. This is the Baron I know.
I'm about to buy back another clone that I've already sold 2 or 3 times. So
Bro,
just doing Baron things over here.
I always see somebody's rocking your like triple Murakami drip female and I always see it, and I go, "That's Barrett's clone." Like I think about you every time I see it.
Dude, I don't even. I
Baron, I
gotta
think about
find the
is the one with
person.
the skull helmet Baron with the yellow jacket. That's the Baron that I know.
That
Oh,
is.
Max.
Yeah, he's the real Yellow Jacket. Guy looks like a sting you, like a
Weird.
bee.
You said what? You got
Yeah,
I
Vega.
have
Vega.
real Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, the real OG, dude. Look at him. He's got
He just look
wings
at
and
him.
he's got a stinger and he's got a yellow jacket. I don't know
And
how
Baron's
you
a
can get
Yellow
much
Jacket.
closer to that.
Yeah, right, bro.
It is Vega, dude. I know that you don't like to be wrong, but in this case, I think you're wrong.
It's so funny, dude. We're standing by the grill, like making carne asada chicken, and you're like, "It was the real Yellow Jacket." He said, "The real Yellow Jacket."
I gotta post them up now.
Yo, remember when Paulie put like a spreadsheet of all the Yellow Jackets up? That was sick.
Where is
That's
Polly, man? I haven't
crazy.
seen her in a while.
No, Polly monothin. But yeah, where the hell is Polly too? Both Polly. Yo, where are the Pollys? We lost the Pollys.
One is training though.
Yo, I'm just saying, guys, is Jace hit me up with a text today or a call, and he goes, you've been talking about no side quests for months, and now I know what you're talking about. I ain't trying to be no second class citizens of any other projects. And he's like, I'm listing everything. I'm offering everything. I'm getting this clone I want. And I was just laughing. You know Jace, bro. He comes in hot. He goes, I'm listing everything. I ain't trying to be a second class ape as a mutant. I ain't trying to be no elemental third project as a thing. I'm listing everything. I'm a first class citizen. He's like yelling, bro. It was so good, dude. Yo, I
No,
miss Jace.
he's lost the plot, man. You don't get into side quests unless you like frustration. Um, I like frustration. That's why I'm in all the side quests now.
He's
I'm doing another Ramoa side quest before this forge closes, because I don't want to be I don't want to be K Money and not forge my shoes and then ask me when the forge is reopening. Because once the forge closes for the season, it's over. There's no coming back.
Okay.
Yo,
Yo, buckets. What's good?
How's it going, guys?
I thought that was buckets that unmuted.
It was.
Basically, Kane, the goat, uh, he made me an Azuki bucket derivative of the derivative of me. Like he just basically took the Azuki bucket and just made it my style. So he did a reverse Uno, an Uno reverse card on them. It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
You know
post that
what?
joint.
I'm not, guys. I'm not allowing this. If any of the clone creators in here can make buckets a clone version with a bucket head derivative that would look fire, like the same 3D, bro. I I got a Murakami star up on it. If you make something fire for buckets, I got a Murakami star that Dre sent me, because that would be sick.
Okay, so we're
Like
putting a bucket on Bucket's head.
no, it's like a clone PFP, but it
Yeah.
instead of like the face, it's got to be like a dope bucket like he's got.
Does he know what traits he's getting yet, or should I just do a custom one?
I don't know, dude. I just feel like in 3D, like it would just be such a hard ass PFP, dude. It would look so good. And then we would have buckets rocking a clone, but still having his IP. You know what I'm saying? This is onboarding 101. Yo, Buckets is a special dude in Web3 when Azuki's stealing his traits, bro. Like that's special.
Dude,
Uh,
I'm gonna pin this up top. Like Kane really I didn't even ask. This guy just is full of surprises. Shout out to the goat.
yeah, Kane's so fucking creative, dude. He's got like tricks up his sleeve, man.
Yeah, it takes some time for shit to pop up there, but my caption was like Azuki stole my buckets, I stole their style, bro. I just had to. Uno reverse.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to pop up. Let's go to
Is it the
Leviant.
one with the? Is it the one with the yellow bucket that he posted in that chat?
Yeah. There's only
Oh,
one
that's
color
the.
of buckets.
Is that the elemental that you bought?
No, that's the elemental that they copied me for. That floor of that elemental is 13 ETH. Like I can't buy that right now, or I can, but like not for that.
Just,
Damn.
just send me the person's OpenSea and I'll get them to message you.
Yo.
Yeah, I have a bunch of Azukis on it actually. There's right now currently, from the ones that are revealed, because honestly, when the rest are revealed, there's probably gonna be a little bit more room. But from the ones that are revealed, there's only 10 in the entire collection with that trait.
Imagine the creative team. They're like, yo, I got an idea, bro. One of the guys like, I got an idea. Let's do bucket heads as the most rare trait. And the rest of the team's like, yo, where the fuck did you get that idea? Like, I don't know. I just woke up. I had a dream and it just popped into my head. I didn't see nobody in Twitter spaces. I didn't see nobody on the timeline. Totally unique idea.
I'm pretty sure there's a meme around that.
I'm just, dude, I'm in
That's
full support.
epic.
I'm in full support of my boy Buckets, and you guys aren't going to outfud. You're not going to fud me out of that. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh, probably should put a disclaimer out there. Kind of switching the topic a little bit. Back to the Rimowas. So I just want to make it clear that that video I put up with the shoes inside the Rimowa, it's not real. Like the case does not come with shoes inside. I just thought that we've all been asking, and the people have been asking, what's inside. So, these Jordan lows are pretty. They're like a nice matchup for the case. So I was like, you know what? I got these. Let me throw that in there real quick. It was more to just to make it fun. So just want to put a disclaimer out there because I've had a few people actually DM me and ask about it. I'm like, no. And my daughter and my wife, everybody was like, they're like, you're catfishing. You're misleading people. I'm like, no, it's Twitter. It's fun. And I'm realizing that, okay, maybe I am being a little misleading. And so I have to just put the disclaimer out there. It's not real. There's nothing inside.
Damn, bro, you're fighting us.
No, the paperwork is like actual Rimowa paperwork, like you got with the default suitcase. It's not like
Yes. Yeah.
it's so fire to see it on like the real card stock and all that shit. Like people don't realize Rimowa doesn't usually do stuff like that. Like they usually have like custom stuff done by the collaborator, like especially with the off-white Rimowa stuff. And Virgil went on to be the creative direction behind Louis Vuitton for 2 seasons. So if that doesn't show the pedigree of Artifact, I don't know what to tell people at this point.
But for real, I will say though, like if you were on the fence about this suitcase and you do have the funds and you're like, man, it is a little expensive. Should I not? It's worth it, man. Like, not telling you to buy and spend money you don't have, but if you're already considering and you're gonna make that move and you're just still like, should I click buy? You're not gonna regret it. Like it is on point. It is on point. And realize that there's only 8,888 of those, and of those, not everything has been minted. So if you care about that exclusivity and something a little different, blah blah blah, all that stuff, man, this is one for the history books. You don't want to miss out, especially if you this is one that you're like, yeah, I think I have the funds. I just have to click buy. Just do it. Just do it. But not financial advice. Make your own decisions.
No, that shit's so clean. By the way, I saw Kuro's post, dude. That shit's so clean. Jesus.
Yo, respectfully, on a space like 2 weeks ago, subtle flex, but I said there was a quest going on with the Rimowas. And I think that's still active, right?
Yeah, no one's figured that out yet. I'm waiting for J Tobe Cat to get his Rimowa so he can figure it out.
Now, on a last note, though, uh, might be community, might bring some communities together if we do an influencer boxing match. You know, CloneX and Azuki. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, it's inevitable. It doesn't matter what the founders of either project think. It's just fucking inevitable. They're gonna pump my Nike bags no matter what they think they're gonna do. I've committed my life to it. I don't give a shit. We're gonna pump
Into
these
deep.
Nike bags.
We're into deep right now.
Bro, we're in way too deep, bro. Even like the Comme des Garçons um Converses. Bro, I bought another 3 pairs. Okay. I'm putting
See,
all my conviction into Nike. I don't give a shit anymore. The moment that they have the Garden SBs, bro, the amount, oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Remember, Hong Kong still hasn't woken up yet. So, if you guys don't know about the Hong Kong sneaker culture, get ready to see people wanting fucking size 9s and 8.5s, man, because that shit's about to go stupid. It's gonna go absolutely ridiculous. It's gonna be like, oh man, oh man, the amount of shoes I'm gonna forge next season. Lord help you guys. I'm ready.
I just realized I lost my co-host, but I did just put a slab of carne asada on the grill and way too much meat. Did not know I bought this much meat. No, I'm just playing.
What
damn,
did
you
you
Oh,
eat?
beefing.
what's that?
You beefing.
Yeah, man, we got the sunset coming down, and we're grilling up some meat. I do. How many we got? I do think I'm gonna end the space. I got some guests over. We got clones over here, and I want to be a good host, connect with some IRL clones. If you guys got the chance, connect with your family, go spend some time with your family, connect with your friends, text your grandparents, text your mom, text your daddy. Um, Sometimes we get a little bit sucked into this matrix, this internet Twitter world, man, and we forget to reach out to the people that matter IRL. So don't forget, don't forget them too. What's up, Shadow?
Bro. Bro, I didn't realize how much I freaking like this shit, man. Bro, I've been over here for the last 48 minutes just typing away as if I'm writing a freaking book. I didn't realize how deep my imagination goes with how I want or how I would like a freaking animus reveal and just project to be about. I'm like, bro, should I be a Twitter threadist? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm just jotting away, and I'm just like, I'm kind of listening, but I just kind of stopped the last 15 minutes, and I'm like, bro, this okay. So I'm just gonna tell you right now, when I finish up this thread, man, I'm gonna need some retweets or something, bro. This shit's gonna be fire. So Anya, I hope you know what you asked for, cause look, I'm giving it to you, man. So yeah, I'm gonna tag everybody in it, in the creator role, leader roles. Bro, man, everybody do it, man. This shit is fucking fire. I'm like, half of this shit probably can't happen, but if even like 10% of this is real, bro, it's gonna be like the greatest freaking NFT project that ever launched. And I'm just like scrolling back on this Microsoft Word page. I'm like, bro, am I writing a book? Did I just drop what I'm doing and write a animus fan story? Like, what the hell am I doing here? But yeah, man, I just cracked myself up, so I just wanted to say that, bro. I encourage everybody, man. I do see a bunch of threads and they're normally from the same people. I'll be a thread guy if need be. I don't mind, bro. This shit's fun. So yeah, that's all I want to say.
Yo, Shadow, I will say, dude, I have a decent sense of talent or like sense of what people excel at, dude. And ever since meeting you and hearing about your research, that I felt like you would would be able to compile research well into thread format and put out good threads, dude. So that's the reason I encourage you, bros, because talking to you in spaces and hearing the extent of your research, I know that you are going to do the proper research that you need to do to put out good information and good threads. So I'm glad you jumped on it, man. And I am going to support anything you put out there, bro. I'm excited for your first thread. Alone, what's up, man?
Hello. It wasn't a butt dial this time. I finished twerking. I twerked for 35 minutes straight. My twerkout is complete. But yeah, I just wanted to say like 40 minutes later that I will take you up on that offer and come down at one point, not tonight, but I'd love to come down to the compound.
Yeah, bro. So for anybody in LA, I think we're gonna do a 4th of July. Like clones come down here, we'll barbecue and check out we'll sit around the fire on the deck and watch fireworks. Like I can see 7 cities fireworks from here, so I don't ever leave on 4th of July. So plan for at least 4th of July to come on down. Cass, LA clones, anybody else listening. We'll watch fireworks here and have some beers and barbecue some meat and hang out, man.
Let's do it, man. Set it up. I'm totally down. Thank you.
Yeah, bro. I'll shoot you all details and let you know. But for now, it's on, dude. Like we host. Like I don't even need to plan anything. I just say, yeah, come, because we usually have like meat right down the road. We got propane ready to rock and beers in the fridge. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna go finish up cooking. I'm gonna go sit around the fire and I'll keep in touch with you guys on the timeline. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight and kicking it. Probably one of the best conversations we've had in a long time, to be honest. I had a blast. I was chilling in the hammock and learning from all kinds of people up here tonight. We were all over the board. But appreciate you guys. Like I said, touch bases with your family. Go hang out with your family. Don't get too sucked into Twitter. This fucking matrix world can get toxic at times. So